This is John chapter 13, 1 through 15. Before the festival of Passover, Jesus knew that his time had come to leave the world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them fully. Jesus and his disciples were sharing the evening meal. The devil had already provoked Judas, Simon Iscariot's son, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew the Father had given everything into his hands and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the table and took off his robes. Picking up a linen towel, he tied it around his waist. Then he poured water into a wash basin and began to wash the disciples' feet, drying them with the towel he was wearing. When Jesus came to Simon Peter, Peter said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You don't understand what I'm doing, do you? But you will understand later." "No," Peter said, "you will never wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Unless I wash you, you won't have a place with me." Simon Peter said, "Lord, not only my feet, but also my hands and my head." Jesus responded, "Those who have bathed need only to have their feet washed, because they are completely clean. You disciples are clean, but not every one of you." He knew who would betray him. That's what he said. Not every one of you is clean. After he washed the disciples' feet, he put on the robe and returned to his place at the table. He said to them, "Do you know what I've done for you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you speak correctly because I am. If I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you too must wash each other's feet. I've given you an example, just as I have done, you also must do."
Hey boys and girls, happy Vacation Bible School week. We hope you're having a great week and enjoying everything. The Pattons miss you. We know Vacation Bible School is a little different this year, but we're glad to be a part. One thing I'd like to read to you is from John chapter 13, verse 34 says, "I give you a new commandment, love each other. Just as I have loved you, so you must also love one another. This is how everyone will know that you are my disciples, when you love one another." This is a great verse to be reminded. Earlier in our video, we showed you an example of foot washing like they did earlier in the chapter with Jesus washing his disciples' feet. Just like the disciples, our feet go many different places. They go to ball practice, they go to school, they go to church, they go to dance. They go many, many different places. And so it's important to remember that everywhere our feet go, we go as disciples of Christ too. And we are supposed to be examples of sharing Christ and his love with everyone. And I know right now we can't go very many places, but we can still love others in our homes and serve one another that way. I want you to think about that this week, different ways that maybe you could serve at your home, with your family or your siblings, your brothers and sisters. Could you, maybe unload the dishwasher or take the dog for a walk or maybe make up your bed. There's lots of different ways to serve one another. And we just wanted to bring this message to you and also wanted to remind you,
Awesome are your feet,
they love
like Jesus.